lasted, the taking over, turning Afghanistan into Islamic State, have taken them 20 good years. 20 good years. They have not started in Nigeria now. They have not started in Nigeria. So invite your Afon Sheikh governors. It is time I'm going to be insulting them. Invite all your Afon Sheikhs. Let them come and listen to what we are saying. Let them come and listen. Let them come and listen and hear. And I want everybody, including all the Afon Sheikh governors and senators, let them come and listen. And do they think, what the hell do they know? With the body language of Nigeria, with body language of Northern Nigeria, with the body language of Fulani, is that not enough reason? Have the green light, have the governors, have the presidency and the Fulani not giving them enough green light? What else are they waiting for? What else are they waiting for? To know that these people who, the thing you are watching now, you see from Afghanistan, is coming to Nigeria. They want it to start happening first. They want it to start. If we fail to stop the Anambra election, we must not fail. Everything must be deployed to stop it from Anambra. Anambra election cannot hold. Because if that election holds, you have renewed the agreement with the Caliphate, you have renewed your agreement with the Fulani Caliphate and the Islamic State. And they are coming. It must not hold. For those who are telling you that if the election didn't hold, you are giving the presidency the right to declare, is a lie. You are giving the president this to do that, is a lie. That will be the beginning of Biafra. If you want Biafra, do you want Biafra? All of you watching me now and those who will watch me later. Do you want Biafra? Do you really want Biafra? If you really want Biafra, the opportunity is in the next 6 months. You know what I say? You know, people don't know. Sometimes when we talk, the spirit is talking. I told you. I told America, I told the UN. If you do not conduct referendum in Nigeria within the next 6 months, the situation will be very catastrophic. Do you want Biafra? Do you want Biafra? If you want Biafra, every road leading to Anambra must be locked. If the military come, let us fight war. Let us fight war. If you have gun, AK-47, bring it out. Every road leading to Anambra must be locked down. Election must not hold, because that is the language everybody will begin to listen and hear. Once we succeed in locking down Anambra State to prevent the repeat of Afghanistan, it is a fight for survival. It is not time. The way you disagreed, disrespected, not listening to governor is the same way you are going to do this. It is not just IPOB. Every Biafra must rise up to make sure that Anambra election don't hold. They deceive you. They will deceive you and say, if you don't give election, they are going to write a result anyway. If you do not have election, they are going to bring somebody, Musa, to come and lead them. It's a lie. They can't do it. I am telling you today, the 15th day, some of you are already on the 16th day of August 2021, that nobody can impose anybody in Anambra. Is a lie. Don't have election. I am not saying by boycott. There is different. There is different between boycotting election and not having election. I want you people to pay attention. When you boycott election, some people will not boycott the election. If you call for election boycott, some people will not boycott the election. It means that you are allowing the INEC official to enter Anambra State. It means that they are going to write the result anyway. So it is not boycotting election. We are not boycotting election. Rather, we are stopping election. We are preventing election from happening. We are preventing INEC official from gaining access to Anambra State. Are you people hearing me? Nobody, anybody that's INEC official in your family now, tell them to resign. Tell all the INEC officials to resign in Anambra State. All of them. We are ready to pay them, to pay their 5,000 they are paying to them. We are ready. In fact, give me the names of compile the names of all INEC officials in Anambra, we can debate it. We can debate it. We will present it to the IPOB leadership and debate it there. If it is amounting to pay their salary, which we are not supposed to do, but if you are amounting to debate whether we are going to pay, if 5,000 they are paying them, we are ready. One person can pay to them. One person in IPOB will pay their salary. And it is only one day. So that 5,000 they are paying them, it can never solve their problem. It can never make them eat food. It can never make them eat food brought, because we know that the youth purpose they are using to do. And let me tell you, if they succeed in conducting election in Anambra State, my brother, the next trial will be in 2023. Advise your relatives who are now trying to if you have a brother and sister saying that he is now one of the electoral officers, my brother, let the person go around his or her will. Because Biafra, G win or no man, by the time we finish these lectures I'm backing on now, people will eat you raw. People will eat your flesh raw. Inform your people. The show has started. We don't want to see. Do you know what? Do you know the reason you are doing this? You don't want to see what is happening in Afghanistan to happen. Because it's coming. If you do not take this bold step now, it is going to happen. So Anambra State, we must seal Anambra State completely. No election. No election. Obiano can continue to stay there. Obiano, if the Obiano will continue to stay there. Obiano must continue to stay there. And after this, we have succeeded in stop. It doesn't matter. Let them bring all the troops in Biafraland to Anambra State. We are going to fight this war. Election must not take place. Election must not. No electoral material will be allowed to enter Anambra State. You see, if this does not open your eyes must be open. Afghanistan, 20 good years. America invested all money. America invested whatever they invested there. America pumped military men there. People were killed. People were prevented to, life were saved. For many years. For many good years. America vote, foreign policy, this, that, group, everywhere. All those things America did. In fact, are you hearing it? All the things America did. Alagoni. Everything America did, Alagoni. All those money they spent in Afghanistan, everything is gone. And the Islamic State in Afghanistan is here. They are in charge. And you know what? The highest CNN will do, the highest CNN will do is to analyze the way they're analyzing it. So Obiano will stay where we remain. And immediately we succeed in stopping the election. Obiano, if he like, he continue. If he don't like, he step down. And if he continue, it must be Biafra. If he continue to be a governor, if he want to remain in the seat, it must be automatically Biafra. Automatically Biafra. We are going to hold these people where it will end. I want you people to watch what is going to happen. This is going to be a game changer. You see, we have succeeded in stay at home. Anambra has been one of the best in compliance to any sit at home order. So we are not going to even lecture them. But the lecture I'm giving you now is for you to know the reason why you must do it. The reason why you must make sure that election didn't take place in Anambra State. Election must not take place in Anambra State. It must not happen. I want you to watch.
Intelligence fail? Was it early on? Did as the greatest intelligence failure in decades? You say the
greatest intelligence failure in decades. That is the only English they will be speaking. Nothing else. Nothing else can be done. It is going to end in this drama and analysis.
Taliban planned, prepared, organized, recruited, deployed fighters, all under the nose of the U.S. military, NATO, and Afghan intelligence. In this 20-year period, where did intelligence fail? Was it early on? Did the Taliban see an opening, say, 10 years ago and they started to reorganize? I mean, how did the U.S. miss this?
Yeah, and I want to be very clear. I know individuals in the U.S. intelligence and military establishment who saw this, but this is a overall failure in leadership, both political, military, and intelligence at the top levels. They thought that they never understood the enemy. They pretended that the Taliban would disassociate with Al Qaeda. They thought that the Taliban was a group that they could work with. So they ignored the Taliban's strategy, the Taliban's objectives. And by 2018, General Miller, who was the last commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan and NATO as well, he said, as the Taliban was slowly seizing control of districts and implementing its rural insurgency strategy, where it would take rural districts and expand its control, he said he rejected the security situation on the ground and said that negotiations with the Taliban is the only measure of success. The U.S. military leaders, intelligence leaders checked out on the Taliban. They thought they were going to get a deal on the table. They never believed that the Taliban was capable of overrunning cities. It has. It actually happened in that time period when General Miller made that statement. Everyone should have seen this coming. If I was able to see this coming, I don't understand how the U.S. military and intelligence establishment, which has billions upon billions of dollars at its disposal, was not able to see this. This really is the greatest failure since 10.
And Colonel, what does that say about the lack of intelligence now that the U.S. will have in that country, and how that affects the national security, not just of the U.S., but of countries around it?
Yeah, Kirsty, this failure to understand that Bill so correctly points out is really at the heart of the matter. And when you look at the technical aspect, I'll call it, of intelligence collection, the fact that we do not have a really adequate collection resources covering Afghanistan makes the forces that are currently in Kabul trying to protect U.S. embassy personnel and potentially Afghan civilians, makes them blind. And when you're blind and you're deaf and you can't tell what's going on, you're at an incredible disadvantage, both tactically and strategically. And that's the kind of thing that we're dealing with right now. In the future, this is going to be a huge issue because the Taliban can do many things even when we're watching them. They can really do a lot of stuff when we're not there watching them, at least not watching them in the way that we need to watch them, with assets on the ground in an area that can actually collect information and analyze that information. It's a failure of collection, it's a failure of analysis, and it's a failure of putting all of this together and making meaningful intelligence available to our policymakers and leaders.
Colonel Cedric Layton.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me tell you. You don't know. Let me tell you. You have just watched it. Now, let me show you just a brief of the cost of life and money in Afghanistan for these 20 years. I want to show you one moment. Because people don't, you see, Nigeria, you are eating egusi and the Fulani Nama. All these governors, you have cook everywhere, go to kitchen every time. Food is here. You eat your brain off. All the politicians, from your Kuremad, all of them. Let me tell you, I am going to be very hard. I will be using very, very tough language from today as I'm addressing this issue, because that is the way my spirit is now. I'm boiling. I am boiling because what I'm about to do after this video I'm showing you will shock you, because I want to take you back in memory lane for you to understand how the governors are complicit in your ordeal in Nigeria. I want you to watch this. But listen to what I'm about to do. Now, this is the cost of Afghanistan war. The cost of Afghanistan war. You see, Much of the data below is from Linda Beams of Harvard University Kennedy School and from the Brown University Cost of War Project, because the United States between 2003 and 2011 fought the Afghanistan and the Iraqi war simultaneously, and many American troops served in both wars. Some figure, as noted, cover both post 9/11 U.S. wars, and then let us start. The percentage of the U.S. population born since 2001 attack plotted by Al-Qaeda leaders who were sheltering in Afghanistan. Now let us continue. America servicemen killed in Afghanistan. America service members killed in Afghanistan through April is about 2,448 persons. 2,448 servicemen. U.S. contractors killed in Afghanistan, 3,846. Afghan National Military and Police. Afghan National Military and Police killed by Taliban, 66,000. 66,000 killed trying to prevent Islamic State. Other allied service members, including from other NATO member states, 1,144 people killed, soldiers. And then it comes to civilian. Afghan civilian killed 47,245. Now, Taliban and other opposition fighters, 51,000. All the Taliban people killed are just 51,000. Now, aid workers killed in Afghanistan, 444. Journalists killed in Afghanistan, 72. Now, I found after nearly 20 years of U.S. occupation, percentage drop in front mortality rate since U.S. and other armed forces withdraw the Taliban government, which had sought to restrict women and girls to the home, about 50. I want you to follow this state. Percentage of Afghan teenage girls able to read today, 37%. Oversight. Date Congress authorized U.S. forces to go after corporate in September 2001, attack September 18, 2001. All these things U.S. did in Afghanistan, it failed. Today, it has failed. Every life lost in Afghanistan, it has failed. Number of time lawmaker in Senate Appropriate Defense Subcommittee addressed cost of the Vietnam War during the conflict 2042. Now, number of times lawmaker in the same subcommittee have mentioned cost of Afghanistan-Iraqi war through mid-summer 2021, 5. Number of time lawmaker, and these are just what you should understand. Amount of President Harry Trauma temporarily raised up taxes rate to pay for Korean War 92, amount of this. And now, let me tell you, I don't need to read all this, but let me tell you, the same thing is about to repeat itself in Nigeria. Nigeria own could be prevented. Nigeria own could be prevented from happening. America don't need to send troops to Nigeria. America don't need to spend money on Nigeria. Nigeria problem is just solvable. Very, very easy. Disintegrate Nigeria through the United Nations, through the international community, through the world power. They supervise the referendum in Nigeria and everybody goes their way. You do not need to bring troops to die for African people. You do not need to spend trillions and trillions of dollars into stopping the war that is about to break out in Nigeria. You do not need to send your men. You do not need to send your aid workers. You do not need to send doctors. You do not need to send contractors. It is something that can be solved amicably. And Nigeria only wants your voice. The only thing is going to cost you to save the future of Africa, the future of the Sahel region, from going into bloody war, because we are ready. We are ready. The only thing it is going to cost you is negotiation. Call Nigerian government to order. It is time to grant Biafra referendum. It's time to grant to do one referendum. Let people vote to know whether they want to be part of Nigeria or not. And by the time we vote this thing, and the people say they want to be part of Nigeria, believe me, no matter how they treat us, we are going to take it. No matter how they say, if they say, okay, all of you, you go into the pit and begin to swim it, those who are not comfortable will flee the country. Those who are comfortable will stay back. But the only way to prevent Afghanistan from happening in Nigeria is to look into the cry of the indigenous people in Nigeria. What are their concerns? Their concern is that the country is not working again. Their concern is that the country itself, they were not consulted when the country was formed. The British agreed they made a mistake. The people who were the main people that joined Nigeria together, joined everybody together, even come back to realize it was a mistake. They confessed. They confessed it was a mistake. So I am now raging because there is only one solution to this. To prevent Afghanistan, to prevent other African Union military to come to Nigeria for peace keeping, to prevent people from being killed again, you need to look into the referendum that everybody is calling. Yorubas are calling for referendum. The Biafrans are calling for referendum. Even if Niger Delta say they want to go on their own, we are ready to allow everybody who wants to go to go. We have had enough. But the point is that those Biafrans, those who belong to Biafra, we are going to ask them to vote whether they are coming with us or they are not coming with us. And if they say they are not coming with us, go goodbye to them. So the only way to solve this problem is by referendum. Otherwise, let me tell you, your governors cannot see this coming. They don't see it because they are in the office. They are governors. They have power. You know, power is like intoxicated. You know, power intoxicates a lot of people. Once you want to know how people are, if you want to know the true color of people, give them power. If you want to know whether somebody is your friend, let the person get power. If you want to know the true color of somebody, let the person test power. You are going to know the true color. And we have seen the true color of the governors of the South. They are not human. So they are power drunk and they don't want to give up the power. They have ambition. Their ambition is more than the life of Biafra people. And we have come to say enough is enough. After the teaching I'm going to do, I'm going to embark from today. We want everybody to get ready. Everybody must get ready. Let me tell you. You see, if you do not fight, nobody will fight for you. And we don't even need fight in this. All we need to do is to make a statement. The statement is that nobody will enter Anambra State. Anambra State will be on lockdown. Nobody will enter Anambra State say, I want to conduct election. I am coming as an ANEC presiding officer. Nobody will be allowed to enter Anambra State. Once that is done, it will be the beginning of the end. I want everybody to understand this. Don't listen to anybody telling you if you don't have an election in Anambra State, they will impose Muslim Muhammad to you. It's a lie. It cannot happen. This is democracy. If they tell you that if you do not, because the point is that we are not stopping election. We are not saying no to election because of political party, because we want to be part of Nigeria, because we feel that they are going to rig election. No. The reason why we are calling for end of election in Biafraland is not because we don't trust the system. No. It is not because we feel they are going to rig the election. No. It is not because we think that they have already rigged the election. No. The reason we are calling for the end of election in Biafraland is numerous. One is that we don't want to be part of Nigeria again. Two, we don't want any election to take place in Biafraland under Nigeria. And the only voting we want to take place in Biafraland is referendum. Number three, the reason why we want that no election in Biafraland again is that all these elections that have conducted all these years, Biafraland look like pig farm, very dirty. Nothing to show for the election, nothing to show for democracy, nothing to show for anything. And when you talk, they say, hold your leaders responsible. And we have come to realize the reason we cannot have election is that we cannot hold our leaders responsible under Nigeria. We cannot. So how would they tell you to hold your leader responsible? We cannot. We cannot hold our leader responsible under Nigeria. Example is Ojo Zokalo. I am using Ojo Zokalo because Ojo Zokalo is the evidence we have. Ojo Zokalo is the exhibit. The exhibit we have is Ojo Zokalo. Ojo Zokalo is, we cannot talk today that Ojo Zokalo did not embezzle other state money. He went to prison. They indicted him. There's so many count of charges. They indicted him. They took him to prison. He came out. Nobody knows what is going on. And when you talk, he said, hold your leader responsible. So Did they not hold Ojo Sakara responsible? What was the end? What was the end? We cannot. All the past governors in Biafraland, all of them have looted, all of them are rich, all of them are billionaires from the fund that they were meant to use to develop the Biafraland. Today, the Biafraland is looking like a pig farm. So for this reason, we have come to say there is no election. Another reason why we are saying there is no election is that the governors have refused to hold responsible the security personnel, the security agency that use their office, use their power to commit extrajudicial killing, mass murder, genocide against our people. And till today, nobody has been able to do anything about it. And for that reason, I want to play this video. One moment.